What's up, y'all? So today we're going to be talking about which athlete is fitter, baseball or basketball. Now, happy Memorial Day, y'all. I hope you guys have had it off like I have. But today we're going to be diving into our series, which sport has the fittest athletes? Check out the last two videos if you haven't checked it out already and see what sports we've already gone over. But let's go ahead and get started with baseball. Now, I'm not gonna lie, baseball is that one sport that I never really thought about too much growing up. I don't know what it is about it either. It's not like I dislike it or anything. It's just, I guess I found some other sports more entertaining. Anyways, the average height of the MLB player is 6'1", and they play in a field diamond, measuring about 27.4 meters on each side. That doesn't include the outer field though, which reaches about 121.9 meters in length on a typical MLB field. When it comes to rules to the game, the objective is to score more runs than your opponent by hitting the ball, running the bases, and making it back to home plate. There are 9 players on the field during the game, and those on the outer field are positioned to catch the ball and to stop the opposing team's runner. Now that was a lot to take in at one time, but the bigger issue is that there are so many positions in baseball to the point where it'd be too long to go over them all, so we'll base the results off the average baseball player. Getting into the muscles used, they use almost every muscle group besides chest and back. Now you could make a case for swinging the bat, but that mainly engages your core, arms, and your hands, and so it's difficult when talking about strengths and weaknesses with baseball because they could be standing still waiting for the ball to come their way and it goes in a completely different direction. But on the other hand, the adrenaline while hitting a home run and running through all the bases gives you a high level of power and strength in various areas from that one run alone. I would say that baseball is more skill and precision based, especially when it comes to catching long balls and throwing it to one of the base runners. But anyway, it's time for the fitness rating, and I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. You may think that's crazy, but we are comparing it to contenders like track and volleyball. There are way more movements and training necessary to be at the top of those sports. Anyways though, getting into basketball, it is a team sport with 5 players on each side. The 5 players have 5 different positions, that being the point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, and center. And there are more rules to how the game is played, but we'll kind of leave it at that for now. The average height is 6'6" to 7'3", and they play on a basketball court that's around 29 meters in length and 15 meters wide. Now, basketball players have different roles within their respective position, but with a bench and a starting 5, they all play 4 12-minute quarters and sometimes overtime as well. But that does kind of go for all sports too. When getting into the muscles used for basketball, it's mainly lower body, but it does consist of all your muscle groups too, because of how constantly you're moving up and down the court all game. It's clear though that basketball does take a lot of cardio, as well as it does require skills when it comes to shooting and getting to the rim. But when it comes to these athletes, the best normally have strength and skill as well. But that's enough about both sports. Time for the decision. Muscles worked goes to basketball. Even though baseball does cover most muscle groups, there's too many positions a basketball player could be in for it not to be all of them. After that though, we have performance, and I'm gonna be giving that to basketball as well. Now listen, I don't doubt that the MLB has extraordinary athletes, trust, but with basketball, there's a lot of high-level players that still don't even have what it takes to win a championship. Stamina is going to be going to basketball as well, but reaction time is going to go to baseball. Now, I shouldn't really have to explain why, but strength does go to basketball. And finally, difficulty. Now, for those who don't know, I base difficulty strictly off the average player that would play for 10 minutes, which sport would tire that person out more, and that's going to have to be basketball. Now, as always, this is my opinion. I am not an analyst or anything like that, but I hope you enjoyed the video. Basketball won this round, and we'll be moving on to round 2, so be sure to stay tuned into next week's video to see which sports I'll be comparing. Anyways, y'all, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace!